Hi guys, and welcome to the myfitnessbiz.co.uk WordPress tutorials. In today's lesson I wanted to quickly take you through a beginner's guide to Facebook marketing. So I've been doing Facebook marketing over the last few days and I thought I'd share some of my results, tips and tricks for you. I'll just start with a disclaimer. So I've got this information from purchasing info courses, actioning what I've learned and trialling it and split testing with my results. What works for me may or may not work for you, but I reckon it probably will because I've sort of practiced and it's working for me. And I always recommend start small, test and retest. Don't end up putting a big budget out there whilst you don't know exactly what you're doing. Just start with £3 a day, learn what works and develop from there. So there's two types of adverts that we're going to sort of discuss and go over in today's lesson, and that's the boost post promoted page posts, but mainly the get more page likes post. So this is for getting more likes onto your Facebook fan page. But there's a warning here: fans for flash, email addresses for cash. Now what I'm teaching you today is how to go from having a Facebook advert and converting those people into likes on your Facebook fan page. But actually what I recommend for most people is to have an overall process. So you have a Facebook advert, you convert them into a Facebook fan page like, and then you convert those people into email sign-ups. Now the stats are there, the sort of conversion, people aren't on Facebook to buy anything, but we are in business, so we need to sell and make money. So you want to convert them into email, which got a much higher conversion rate. Or what I teach in some of my bringing your info product to market products is actually going straight from the Facebook advert to the email sign-ups, taking them from the advert to a squeeze page, getting their information and marketing from there. Okay, so there's 4 parts to making an ad that works. First off is the demographics and targeting. Second, the attention grabbing image. 3, the headline, and 4, the description. Now these are the 4 things that we're going to go through today, and I'll sort of take you through how I came up with my ads and how I practiced it based on my research and learning. Well, enough of that, let's get straight into it. So I'll come out of my slideshow and pull up Facebook. Okay. So as you see, I've got my Facebook fan page open here. It's only just been developing, and 79 likes. It's gone up about 13 since I've been doing my advert for the last day and a half. So it's this is sort of working over time, and I'm tweaking and changing things every time. So what I'm going to do today is take you through the process of creating a Facebook ad campaign, and I'm actually going to create one with you today, tweaking it from my previous one into some of the newer stuff that I've learned. So if I quickly just take you through my previous campaign, you'll see how it's going. So there's 2 things here. This is the advert, and then the sponsored stories. So as you can see, the advert that comes up is WordPress for Fit Pros. Click like for top tips and video tutorials helping Fit Pros with their WordPress sites. And then my targeting here, this advert targets 150,000 people based in States, New Zealand, UK, Australia. And they're female between the ages of 25 and 44 who like fitness instructor, group fitness instructor, personal fitness professional, self-employed, fitness professional, self-employed, loving it, etc. And they're not connected to the Liam Trump My Fitness Biz Facebook page already. And there's a clear reason that I've done this and targeted this demographic, and I'll take you through that today. The second one is the sponsored story, and this is actually an option which I'll show you that comes up automatically. If other people like the page and their friends do, and they're within the targeted zone, they'll also see that ad as well. And that also, you can see it for only 560 people, I think, or 227 people have seen it, and there's 4 actions. The conversion rate is much higher. For the first time, it's not great, but it's, we'll work on it from there. And with this one, the conversion rate is much lower, and you see sort of the cost per page like at the moment is £1.06, which is way too high. We don't want it that high, but you'll see that's actually come down over the course of the campaign as more and more people like it, then the viral loop gets in, and actually the cost per page like comes down. So hopefully by the end of the 4-day campaign that will be in and around sort of 10-15 pence per like, and I'm trying to bring that down ever more, and hopefully with the advert that I create with you today will be lower than that. Okay, so let's go back. So like I said, the first thing that we need to go through is targeting our demographics. So the way we do that is to go to the checkout new page insights. Now what I want to know basically is who am I most likely to target with my adverts, who's going to be the most likely to respond and like the page. And there's a quick and easy way of doing this. If you've already got a Facebook fan page set up, then just go into the Facebook likes analytics area and click across to people. Now what you'll see is Facebook have now developed this great package which shows you the age and gender and a percentage of your fans. So like you can see here that 74% of my fans are women and 25% are men. But of those, I can see that the demographics are mainly, you've got 60% within the age range of 25 to 44. So it's clear, actually, this is, with my advertising, this is who I should be targeting, because it's the ones that react best to my offering of helping fitness professionals with WordPress websites. And this was the same before I added that previous advert as well. And you can see the languages. So English UK 42, English US 26. There's no other languages in there. So I need to focus on countries where the primary language is English. So that's how I would sort of start with where you're going to be targeting your adverts. And you would also know if you've got a local gym, or you run a Zumba class. So I'm from Cambridge originally, so say I was running a Zumba class in Cambridge, then I want to make sure that I only focus on people in Cambridge, and I'll take you through how to do that. Another way of checking the demographics, if you haven't already got a Facebook fan page set up, is just to check either the demographics within your local area. Again, if it's a local gym, then I'm sure within your village or town or city there'll be a breakdown of demographics, and also who you're likely to target. So if you've already got a running class, think who's already there, what are their age groups, are they women, male, female, that type of thing, and you can get an idea of actually who you should be targeting with your adverts. Okay, so to create an advert, click across, and we can click across to Adverts Manager on the left hand side of our Facebook page. Next up, you can go in the top right and click Create an Advert, and you choose the Facebook URL destination, Facebook destination, or enter a URL. So this is where it differs. If at the moment we're just going for the likes to the Facebook page, but actually if you want to convert them to a squeeze page like I was talking earlier, this is where you put in the URL and destination of the squeeze page. But for this example, we're going to use the Liam Trump My Fitness Biz Facebook fan page. And we're going to select the Get More Page Likes. This is just to build a bigger audience with our Facebook fan page. Okay, so next up we have to choose a headline. And this headline needs to be a logical headline. So it needs to, what I'd recommend is you ask a question. So something along the lines of like Zumba, or sort of love to dance, or want a bikini ready body. It really depends on sort of who you're targeting, what your offer is. But if for a fitness professional, you want to be asking a question where people and your clients say yes, because they'll notice it, they'll say yes, and they'll check it out because they've affirmed to themselves that is actually what they're looking for. So the original headline that comes up for me is the Liam Trump My Fitness. So it obviously makes no sense. I don't want to have that in there, so I completely take that out. And this is why that I do that in the ad manager and not just promote the page from Facebook. So you can change the headline and text. So as you see with my previous headline, I had WordPress for Fit Pros. Well, that doesn't really ask a question. That doesn't affirm that that's going to be what they're after. So I'm actually going to change this, and we'll just think of, okay, what question can I ask that will be helpful for them? I'm going to go for Fit Pro with WordPress. Now it's not great English, but actually you can straight away know what that means. I'm a Fit Pro. That's what they're sort of the name of what most people know as fitness professionals with WordPress. So Fit Pro with WordPress. Yes, I am a fitness professional and I've got a WordPress website. So then I'll check out the text, the description underneath. The appropriate call to action is what we want in here. So we should always be telling them what we want them to do. So in this case, we want them to like the page. So we need to make sure it's targeted and pull them in. So okay, and I like what I had on the previous one, so I'll just quickly copy that over. Click like for top tips and video tutorials for helping fit pros with their websites. Actually, what I may change that slightly to is click like for top tips and video tutorials for help with your WordPress website. Test that out, see how that goes. like I say, just keep testing, retesting, see what works best, tweak little bits here and there, see what, before you ever get into buying too much or spending too much on adverts. Okay, next up is the image. Now, what you see on my previous campaigns, I had the image of my Facebook fan page, which was me and my girlfriend in the garden here where I live, looking smart, but actually it's not that attention grabbing, I don't think. And some of the stuff that I've read, what they say is you should have a person looking at them. So I wouldn't have a background or a logo. Definitely don't have your logo, because it's not personal. The Facebook is all about people and creating a personable brand. So if you can have a picture of yourself or a picture of one of your clients sort of doing the action that it is, if it's Zumba, but you want sort of their face looking at the camera, because people automatically get their eyes drawn to it and they'll start reading the advert. So I upload that image into my Facebook fan page so that I can do it here, but again, you could upload the image and make sure that the size is 100 pixels by 72 pixels. Okay, so that's that advert area sort of completed. Now the landing view we do want as the timeline. We don't want it to be video tutorials, which is just a landing page for me, or photos. We want it as timeline, so that's good. Next up, we want the sponsored stories. So like I said, with this campaign, I left the sponsored stories on, and basically what it means is when people or their friends have seen or liked the page, it comes up in their news, their timeline as well, if they are within the targeted area, and that's got actually quite a good return. They're not people that I automatically focused on, but it has 4 page likes on 227 views. That had a better return than my actual advert so far. So I want to leave that on, so just leave that as it is. Okay, create your audience. So this is sort of getting into the nitty gritty now. This is where we need to make sure we target the people, exact people that we want to see. Now this will differ based on your offering. What I recommend is, if you are a local fitness professional, or you have a bootcamp class or a sort of community class within your area, then you definitely want to go for town and city and enter the city that you live. So I live in Cambridge, United Kingdom, previously, before I moved out to Doha, that is. And then maybe you want to include cities within 10 miles, 25 miles. I would probably only leave it to 10 miles at a max, but sometimes you may just want to leave it blank. You can also sort of do the county or the region, and I'm checking whether or not, thought you previously could. Sometimes you can do location by, I know you can't do that, so I was thinking that you could do location by postcode, but it's probably best Cambridge, United Kingdom. That'd work anyway. But for my example, obviously it's over I run my business over the internet, so it's not based in any location as long as they're English speaking. So I want location United Kingdom, I want United States of America, I want Australia, and I want New Zealand. So they're the prime ones. I'm going to leave out Ireland and Canada, but if you're running a business like I do, then that might be the 2 other options that you want, as well as a few others you could probably think of. But they're all English speaking countries predominantly, so they're the ones I'm focusing on. Next up is the age. Now, based on my Facebook fan page, I know that the demographics that I most targeted are the 25 to 44-year-old female, so we put in the age here. But again, do what's appropriate for you. Do check out the demographics on your Facebook fan page and within your local classes, local area. And then I want women for this one. So as you'll see, the audience on the side also changes as we go along this. So at the moment, the people that classify as this 25 to 44-year-olds in these countries are 50 million people. Obviously, that's not exactly what we want, so we want to drive down even more. Now, these are the interests, and this is a bit where it sort of takes a lot of practice and getting used to there. You want to focus on, so people that are like these different areas. So what I'll start with is fitness professionals. Fitness professional, and you see audience of 260,000. Now it's taken it down to 58,000. You see the hashtags. That's a broad interest. It's a broad category. Anybody that's within interested in fitness as a fitness professional or anything along those lines. If it's a precise interest, it won't have the hashtag there. So what now I might try a few other things are instructor, because I want them to be instructors. So fitness instructor. Now what have we got? We got here fitness instructor. That's a precise interest. Keep an eye on the audience changing over here as well. I want that between sort of 150,000 to 1 million. I don't want it any more or less than that really, just because that seems to be the nice sort of range and what other people recommend for the sort of audience level, to make sure that it hits enough people but it's also targeted enough. And that's the main focus, to make sure it's targeted to the people who are most likely to like the page and most likely to buy your products in the long run. So fitness instructor, maybe I want Zumba fitness instructor, group fitness instructor, so come up. And you see the difference there. Topics, hashtag, precise interest, none. Group fitness instructor. I know actually that a lot of my clients are self-employed, so I'll actually go for self-employed and see if there's anything. Self-employed fitness instructor. Self-employed. No, they haven't. Well, I know that a lot of people have got self-employed or self-employed loving it, so I'll see if what that does to the audience. Up to 120,000, so we can still deal with that. And actually, a lot of people with WordPress websites are self-employed in other areas as well, so that's not the worst. Self-employed loving it. I'll go for personal trainer. Now I'm not going to just click personal trainer normal, because 8 million audience is way too high, and actually I know that a lot of personal trainers will work in gyms and other things, won't have WordPress websites, and I want to be really specific, so I'm not going to go for that one. And I'll probably skip that one out completely. What we see down here as well is audience of other people, so obviously Bob Harper, 984,000 people who like that. So if you've got an area or a group or a Facebook fan page you know other people like already, then that's a good way of sort of jumping on the back of that. But with Bob Harper, I'm assuming that a lot of the audience will probably be fans of him rather than group instructors or fitness instructors, so I won't include those either. What else shall I try? What else have I got on the previous campaign? Fitness professional, personal fitness professional. So try those. Personal fitness trainer. Put that in. Getting closer to the audience level that I want. And over time you get better and better at this, so what else I want? Actually, we'll leave it at that for the time being because it's getting on a bit. Okay. So you can also use it by the broad categories here, but I personally just use the precise interests. You can start off with the broad categories and work your way down and delete them as appropriate to get the audience level that you're after. So at the moment I'm going for 150,000 people, which is sort of on the lower side of what my audience is, but like I say, I'm practicing, so I get better and better over that time. Connections, so I want only people not connected to Liam Trump My Fitness Biz, and the reason for that is actually I'm trying to create more likes for my page, so I don't want people that are already liking it seeing my adverts. You could also go for the advanced connection targeting and target people who are connected to some sort of page, event or app. So like I say, if you've got that, but I'll keep it to generally only people not connected to Liam Trump My Fitness Biz. Okay, now we get on to the campaign pricing and schedule. I'll call the new campaign MFB, My Fitness Biz, Advert 2 Test, question asked in headline, because that's the main difference, as well as the new image. So, and then you do the campaign budget. So I want it as a per day budget of £3, which is sort of the level that I'm going to start at. Is I would recommend £3 a day is like the lowest level you can really start at, and make sure it's hitting enough people, so that'll give you sort of 1,500, 200, 2,000 people a day that see it. Campaign schedule, so I want to set a start and end date, so I'll run this up until Sunday, which is the start of the week here. So select start date is today, and then I will end on this Sunday, which is back in this one, it's September. I want August. So it's only sort of running for a couple of days, and we'll see how 3 days, and maximum spend is £9. So it's not bad for testing the market. And this here, optimized pricing. So what I'd say is I'd leave it as is. Your bid will be optimized to get more pages on your likes. As you get better and better, you might want to switch to advanced pricing, optimize for impressions, optimize for clicks. But I'd always, when you're first starting, it's just optimize it to get more likes on your page. Click the review advert and make sure that everything's as it should be. Okay, Fit Pro with WordPress. Click like for top tips and video tutorials for help with your WordPress website. It's clear, to the point. I like it. The photo, I think, is more engaging than the previous one, but I'll probably work on creating another photo as well. Maybe me sort of pulling my hair out, because I know that's what a lot of my clients feel when they first come to me. They're pulling their hair out and they need help with their WordPress website. And everything else looks great. Yep, great. So place order. Fantastic. So now it says here, we've got these sort of campaigns and adverts. We can see about how it's going to do, how it's sort of the status, page likes. As you see, it's pending review, so they'll notify you when the page is sort of the advert has been verified, but then they'll let you know, and you can keep your eye on the analytics here. So that's pretty much it. I hope you've enjoyed sort of today's lesson and taken a lot from it. If you've got any more questions, always feel free to comment underneath the video or contact me on my email address at liamtrump@gmail.com. Make sure you subscribe to the video tutorials for some more great videos, and until next time, I'll see you later.